Jonathan Roumie is irreplaceable for The Chosen, as he plays the most central character, Jesus. But with new projects announced by 5 and 2 Studios, Jonathan's future within the Chosen universe is on shaky grounds. Will he have any role in the upcoming projects, or is he done with playing Jesus? Dallas Jenkins had something to say about that. It's fair to say that this show has impacted Jonathan's career immensely. Even though he's 50 years old, I know, unbelievable, right? And he's been in the acting industry ever since he was 23 years old and even portrayed Jesus multiple times before. The Chosen is the project that made him known as a talented actor. Jonathan said in multiple interviews that he believes it was God's intention for him and Dallas to find each other and work together on this project.
Do you believe that you two were divinely connected?
Yeah, I think this is part of God's plan for sure.
He thinks they are both people who surrendered themselves to Jesus, and Jonathan is ever grateful to be a part of a show that reaches believers and non-believers alike. But that doesn't mean it's easier for him to assume the role of Jesus. In fact, it has become harder and harder to portray some of the events that happened in the last days of Jesus' life on earth. It was always a challenge playing Jesus, but the earlier seasons had fewer intense moments and also had more comedic relief moments that made it less of a challenge. But as most of season 4 showed, and as season 5 will prove, Jonathan has been filming the most challenging scenes, like the one where he wept after listening to Martha and Mary's lamentations after their brother Lazarus' death. Looking at behind the scenes, it takes a huge toll on Jonathan to film such scenes, and Dallas has to provide support.
Settle in.
Jonathan talked more about how he has been struggling with heart palpitations, anxiety, and moments where he feels depressed before and after filming certain scenes. He especially mentioned how hard it was to film Judas's betrayal in the garden, the final moments of season 5. Apparently, Jonathan felt too much empathy for Judas, and feelings of sadness rushed through him. He shut himself down and could not talk to anyone on set because he felt depressed too much.
Get on my knees. It's a lot of time spent in front of the Blessed Sacrament, and asking for more strength than I think I have.
How will this man film the crucifixion, which we know will go on for the entire season 6? Believe it or not, Dallas said that season 6 would be all about the crucifixion. The details are not clear as to how 8 hours of a season will cover just a day, no matter how important that day may be for the history of humankind. But some guesses are that perhaps the day will be shown through the eyes of multiple characters, which implies that while Jesus just stays on the cross, the rest of the characters will continue doing different things. It also means that Jonathan will stay in that state for most of the filming period. Can you imagine the emotional impact that may have on him? I actually doubt he will want to portray Jesus for some time after that, which brings us to his future in the Chosen universe. Lucky for us, we know that he's voicing Jesus again in the animated series The Chosen Adventures.
Hey! Pretty crazy that my boat landed right where you were walking.
What are the chances, huh?
This one is expected to come out next year after The Chosen Season 5. In case you didn't know, Dallas recently gave us the release date for Season 5, April 2025, for the theatrical release. The episodes will be shown in theaters until and through Easter 2025, so the Chosen app and website viewers should get it free in May. Back to our subject of Jonathan. Apart from his involvement in the animated show I mentioned, Jonathan's role in this new cinematic universe after The Chosen ends is a bit uncertain. But Dallas implied that we might expect more. He stated that there have always been flashbacks and flash forwards in The Chosen, so He said, why wouldn't they be a part of the new projects as well? He didn't specify which projects that would be, but I do expect Jonathan to have a cameo or two in Joseph, the Book of Moses, and of course in The Way of the Chosen, the show about the apostles. One concern I have is that Jonathan is already 50, and he won't go any younger when The Way of the Chosen comes out perhaps a decade from now, and he'll be 60. I know most of you won't care as long as it's Jonathan and he continues doing a great portrayal of Jesus. Well, are you happy to hear that we will most likely continue seeing Jonathan in the upcoming 5 and 2 Studios projects? If you were expecting he would lead a project on his own, that seems very unlikely. If Dallas decides to do a Jesus project years from now, he would have to do one based on Jesus' life before he starts his ministry, and he would have to cast someone younger for that role. Jonathan would have to pass the torch to a younger actor. I know we're not ready to see anyone else playing Jesus, and to be honest, I don't think Dallas will do a Jesus story anytime soon, so we're safe. Well, you could say, well, every story is a Jesus story, but you know what I mean. We will at least see Jonathan in the Bear Grylls reality show. He and Dallas are yet to film their parts for the series that's also expected to be released next year and will have 6 episodes in total. Meanwhile, Jonathan continues to be busy. He's currently in East Africa to be a part of a special project.
Hello, my friends. Behind me is the Indian Ocean. So yes, I'm currently in East Africa. And as you're watching this, I'm working, obviously out of the country, on a project that is very near and dear to my heart.
He hasn't shared the details of that yet, but I'm sure we'll learn soon. He was recently also the narrator for a documentary film called Heart of a Servant, based on the life of Father Flanagan, the Irish Catholic priest who is known for founding the Boys Town.
I was honored to narrate and executive produce this story, and I can't wait for you to meet Father Flanagan on film and to be inspired by this heroic man, just as I have been.
If you want to learn more about what Jonathan has been doing recently, check out this video.